Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be trying out a new brand of products. I'm really excited. I've seen this brand a lot around my stores here in Holland and also in other countries, and I know before we go crazy about the way I'm looking, I got a third eye right here, I got a fourth one right here, and I got some crazy ass brows, but I am filming a first impression, so I want to have a clean face, and we always need some brows to make it look like we actually have expressions on our face. So today I'm going to be trying out CATRICE. So the reason I decided to try CATRICE today is because this foundation has been getting a lot of actual attention now since Fenty Beauty has come out, because Stephanie Nicole here on YouTube actually put the ingredients of this foundation next to the Fenty foundation, and it was pretty clear that most of the ingredients were the same, so this could potentially be the cheap dupe of Rihanna. I don't like to say dupe because this actually came out first, but it's a cheaper version of the Rihanna foundation. I wouldn't know, I haven't tried the Rihanna foundation, so today I'm just going to be testing how good this actually is. So this foundation is currently $350 in my stores here, 350 euros. I'm not sure how much that is in dollars. I think around $4 maybe. It is super cheap, super affordable. And first off, let's look at this packaging. Actually, it's a dropper and it's super nice and super chic. I'm filming this in natural lighting. I have no studio lighting today because I want to give this foundation the full kind of spectrum. And usually when you're using studio lighting, it will make it look more flawless than it is. It will kind of pale it out a little bit. So I want to give you guys the full wonderfulness of my face. And I'm wearing my super trendy leopard robe. I'm actually not only trying the foundation today, I'm also trying the primer and the concealer and also a lip product. So let's get right into the video. The first thing we're going to be trying is the Prime and Fine primer. This is supposedly supposed to mattify, and it's supposed to be pore-fining, anti-shine, and long-lasting and oil-free. I will put the price right here. Probably I can find a price for you US followers as well and where you can buy it. It says it's a lightweight primer and minimizes shine, reduces optically the size of pores, and it's long-lasting and dermatologically tested. You guys are wondering what this is right here. I burned myself on my curler and I lost some skin there, and I'm looking a hot mess, guys. It's not a good day for me to be filming off. And let's just see the consistency of this primer. We're gonna zoom you guys in and we're gonna spritz it out right here on my hand. So it's a quite thick primer, white color. I'm gonna just spread it out a little bit on my hand to feel what it feels like. Okay. So it definitely feels more like a moisturizer, and I'm gonna see if it gets tacky. We're gonna rub this in. Has no smell, which is great because I'd rather have no smell than a bad smell. So we're gonna take a dollop size, kind of as much as I just put on my hand. We're gonna apply this all over the skin, and I'm gonna apply it in circular motions. And I'm applying it all over, but usually you don't really have to. You can just focus it in the T-zone area. Okay, so it's definitely more tacky on the skin than it was on my hand. That's usually a good thing because that means that it's gonna kind of lock the foundation in. So are we gonna go into this foundation? I'm kind of scared. So let's just talk about the one thing that is kind of disappointing and kind of pathetic of a brand. It's only 4 shades and they're all white skin shades. There's no darker shades, and the spectrum is quite low. Affordable brands usually don't widen their spectrum that far when it comes to shades, but I think that we are in 2017 and there should be more shades than just 4, or at least 1 darker shade. I got the color Sand Beige 030. This is the second darkest color, so you can see how the shades don't really go anywhere, to be honest. We're gonna put this on my hand again. So I think that shade should be good. The privilege I have of being able to just choose whatever brand I want. It's an interesting topic, to be honest. So I applied it here on my hand. It has a slight kind of smell, but nothing too bad. Let's just go right in and just apply this to our skin. So I think it is going to be quite good on the color match. It's a good undertone for my skin tone. I didn't even read to you guys what it's gonna promise. So this is the CATRICE Cosmetics HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. It's supposedly supposed to last you 24 hours, and it's a mattifying second skin effect. So it says you should shake it before use. I actually did that, thank God, because I'm a little bit too stressed sometimes to do things. So we're gonna start just with the Beauty Blender, and we're just gonna see what the first initial look is of this foundation. Very blendable. I mean, did you see how well that just melted into my skin? Definitely not heavy. I think I waited a little too long to actually blend it out, so maybe just work in sections. This is the first layer of foundation. I'm trying to see here in the mirror. I mean, it's a beautiful coverage. It's not super covering, but it does look very beautiful. I'm gonna go in on the other side with my brush. We're actually gonna do this action where you're trying to be Instagram but you really are just not. And we're gonna go in with my brush. I'm just using a flat top kabuki, and let's just go to town. So actually right away I way prefer it with the Beauty Blender. I just feel like it's not blending in as well. I'm trying here to blend it in, but it's just not as smooth as it was with the Beauty Blender. It definitely dries matte, like there's no shine to me at all. Okay, I'm gonna do a second layer. I'm just gonna do it all with the Beauty Blender, and I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand here. Just applying the second layer now. Making sure I'm working in sections. I don't know, guys. What do we think? How does it look? Oh my goodness, I don't know. Okay, so it's definitely dry down very matte. So that's something, if you are dry skinned, that's something maybe you should think about. It has a little bit of a dry patches here on my lip. Oh my god, it did grab onto my lip hairs very much. The coverage is, I would say, a medium to buildable, but I don't think it's really buildable because it's starting to look a little crazy around my mouth area here. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but I do have like a mustache action. Didn't really cover up that part. My skin it's already dried down, so it dried down very fast, and you have to kind of work in sections. But it's pretty good for $3.50, to be honest. What am I gonna say? It's pretty good. The next thing I'm gonna try out, which is something that I'm kind of excited about, it is the CATRICE Cosmetics Liquid Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer. Now, the reason I'm really excited about this because I swatched this in the store. The color is super nice and it had really full coverage. So I'm kind of excited to see how this is gonna work. It says it's waterproof, which I don't know, man. People like to put a lot of words on a lot of things to make it seem very good. So we're gonna go in. This is the color I chose. It's a super good yellow kind of based highlighting color, and we're gonna go right in. I'm kind of nervous, but we're gonna go right in. And what I feel with this is I'm gonna have to work in sections as too, because I feel like it's gonna dry down quite quick. I'm also gonna put it on that. So we're just gonna do it on the first side here. I'm gonna start buffing that in. No time to wait here. So this is also the darkest color, I believe. I don't know, what color did I choose? 020 Light Beige. This is one of the darker colors, which also, again, like... just because of that fact, I would rather just buy a foundation from Fenty, because they offer all the colors, and that's something that I would rather just support. Oh my god, it's not blending out because I left it too long in the middle area there. I don't know. I'm kind of regretting putting this on because I don't want to wear this to work. Let's do the other side. I'm putting quite a lot on, to be honest, but usually what I have with cheaper concealers is that they are quite sheer than they look, so I do like to apply a little bit more. It is a good color. I like the shade. It's super nice. It smells the same as the foundation, has like a slight kind of sunscreen baby powder smell. So this is the way it's looking under my eyes. I would say it didn't cover my dark circles at all. It's quite a sheer coverage, even though it does look better. It does look thicker than it applies. You can see on my eyelids, there's still some discoloration. It's not fully covered the eyelid area. It feels nice. It doesn't feel heavy. Nothing feels heavy on my skin, which is already a good sign. Feels quite nice. I'm gonna set this now quickly with my Kat Von D powder, just to make sure. I have to set it. I cannot not set it. It's gonna be ridiculous. I don't think I'm actually gonna have to set the foundation because it is quite matte already. So I'm just applying that Kat Von D powder, and also to any area that I have like a little bit What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish the rest of my foundation, and then when I come back, we're gonna take a look at how everything basically blended in together, if the foundation still looks good, and we'll see. We are back, and I've just applied some kind of eye look. I don't know, I'm going to work, so I just kept it quite simple with some wing liner. I've applied a little bit of bronzer and some highlighter, not too much, and yeah, I powdered my face before I went off the camera, and it's looking quite good. I almost forgot, but I also have a lip product that I wanted to try out. I thought it was very interesting, so I just picked it up. It's from their new collection. I think it's one of their holiday collection. This is the matte lip cream. This is a limited edition Blessing Browns matte lip cream, and this is in the color Cafe Noir. It's a pure brown, and I'm not gonna wear this to work. It's a little bit extra, but I did want to apply now to see how it looked like when it applied. So this is how the product looks like. It just is a nice golden little container. You can see the product here. It's just a true brown color. And let's pull this out and look at the doe foot applicator. So this is the applicator. It is just a pretty basic applicator with a little bit of a dip to make sure that it catches a little bit of product. Whoa, pigment. First reaction is definitely pigment. Oh my god, this is a very difficult applicator. It smells really good. It's like a moussey texture. The pigment is definitely there. If I had bigger lips, this would be a lot easier, but I have quite small lips, so let's see here. Actually, I'm not hating the applicator. It's not horrible. I think it's the product that makes it hard because it's quite slippery. This is a really cool color. Sorry for rough application, but this is a super cool color. It's super rich brown. It doesn't feel like this is gonna dry. I don't know. It still is quite wet. Like it still would transfer if I just kissed my hand, which we can do. You see, it still transfers, but definitely a cool color. Look at that. Super pigmented. Guys, final thoughts. What are we gonna start with? Let's start with the primer. Primer is fine, really dry, tacky. If you have oily skin, I think it's a great primer for you. It will really matte you down and really make you feel like you are gonna stay matte the entire day. If you have dry skin or even combination skin, I think you should stay away from the primer just because it is already quite dry on my skin and I have quite oily skin. Foundation, love the packaging. I think it's super cute. Big minus is the shades collection. I think it's ridiculous that you don't have any darker shades or any shades for people of color, for example. The actual foundation is fine. It's definitely a matte foundation, and I could say it does cling a little bit to the dry patches around my nose area and a little bit on top of my lip. It gathered some product on top of my lip. Overall, the color is fine. Oxidized it just a tad, not a lot. I think it's a good foundation for the price. I mean, €3.50 is not expensive at all, and I think it's a great price for a product. Next, we have the concealer. The concealer, again, it's like one of those products where it is not bad, but it's not like amazing. Like, I don't see anything that is out of the ordinary amazing where I'm like, wow, this is a great concealer. But the color is super nice. This is a really good color if you have a complexion like mine. It didn't crease yet, but it is not as full coverage as you might think when you swatch this, because when you swatch it, it looks very, very full coverage. Definitely not. You can still see a lot of my under eye circles, and it didn't cover everything. I also used it as a primer, and it was quite difficult to blend smoothly everything over all the eyeshadows on the eyelid with this. But again, for the price, I think it's perfectly fine. I think you're gonna look great wearing it. It's gonna work for you for that price if you're on a budget. We'll see if I can do some updates maybe on another day to see how the foundation just held up after a couple of hours. But it's looking fine now, and I would say try it out, you know, see how it works for yourself. It's really not an expensive product, and I think it would be it won't disappoint you. Hey guys, so I literally have less than 1 minute to film this because I gotta get to class, but I have a confession to make. I was supposed to film an update on this foundation. Yes, I'm putting this in the video of the foundation review, but I've literally worn this foundation I think 5 days now, and I haven't filmed an update, or I've forgotten to film an update each time. So today is my final day of wearing this foundation and trying to film an update. So I'm wearing this to school today. I'm gonna be wearing it for approximately 8 hours or so. Currently, this is what it's looking like. Let's zoom you guys in. So it's looking pretty good, and I'm also obviously wearing the primer and the concealer. Some thoughts about it so far. I've been wearing it for a long time. It does kind of get oily throughout the day, which is fine. I wasn't expecting anything less from it, but I will update you guys today. I promise. I will try to remember. I'm gonna go to school, and I will see you guys in my final update. Almost forgot to update you guys again. I'm so sorry. I almost went now to wash my face, and I was like this close to washing it, and then I was like, shit, I have to do an update. So I'm here to do an update. I've had this foundation on from 10 to about, no, I think I had it from 9:30, and now it's around 6. So a good chunk of hours, and we're gonna look right into the camera. We're gonna zoom you in. I think it's looking pretty good. As you guys can see, it's rubbed off a lot around my nose area, but it's just because I kind of touch my nose a lot, so that's pretty standard that would happen. It's not as full coverage as it is in the beginning, but I think it looks super nice and natural, and I really like that it looks like not cakey at all. It just looks like your skin. You do feel the foundation all throughout the day. Like, it's not as like, it doesn't dry down, so it's quite transfer onto your fingers and sometimes also onto your clothes. So that's something that I would say is a negative, but overall I think it's a great foundation. I've been to the gym today as well, and it's looking really good after that sweat session as well, so I'm very happy with the way that's looked. This was the end of this video. I hope you guys liked it, and please let me know down below if you've tried this foundation and what you think of it, and also if you might have tried the Fenty Beauty foundation. Maybe you can tell me some information about that in the comments. Please leave a like if you like me, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!